Welcome to Learning Grammar. And I believe that till now you have understood what a conjunction is. You have also mastered coordinating conjunctions, and I'm pretty sure you have understood subordinating conjunctions as well. So there's just one more hurdle between you and total conjunction domination, that is correlative conjunctions. Hence, in this video, we will talk about the third type of conjunction, that is correlative conjunctions. To understand these conjunctions, we need to know the meaning of the word correlative. And correlative means having a mutual relationship, or you can say a word or a concept that has a mutual relationship with another word or another concept. And now, as we have understood the meaning of this word, it will become very easy to understand correlative conjunctions. Let's look at the definition of correlative conjunctions. Now, these are the words which always work in pairs and correlate two parts of a sentence. Here, we need to understand the most important thing, and that is that these two parts which these correlative conjunctions join, they should be of equal importance. Here, correlative conjunctions are more similar to coordinating conjunctions than to subordinating conjunctions, because the sentence fragments they connect are usually equal, whereas we use subordinating conjunctions to connect independent clauses and dependent clauses which have very different functions. But coordinating conjunctions and correlative conjunctions connect words and phrases that carry equal importance, or you can say equal weight in the sentence. Now, what do we mean by equal importance? Let's try to understand this with the help of examples. Let's take some common examples of correlative conjunctions. First of all, let's take this example, both and. Now, this pair connects either two subjects or two objects. Let's try to understand this with the help of these two sentences. In the first sentence, you will notice that this pair of correlative conjunction, both and, this pair is joining two subjects, John and Lauren. Both John and Lauren enjoyed the movie. Whereas in the second sentence, the same pair is joining the two objects. John enjoyed both the movie and the company. So here, this phrase and this phrase, they both are objects. Whereas here, we are using this particular pair of conjunction to join two words. I hope it is clear now that what is the meaning of two parts of equal importance. In the first sentence, we have joined two words, or you can say two subjects. In the second example, we have joined two phrases, or you can say two objects. Let's take one more example and try to understand this. Either or. Now, this particular pair of correlative conjunction is used to connect two positive statements of equal weight. Now look at this example. My brother is either working upstairs or slacking off downstairs. Here we are joining two phrases, working upstairs and slacking off downstairs, and both these are positive statements. So this is what we need to remember while using our correlative conjunctions. Let's take one more example. Neither nor. Now, this pair of correlative conjunction is used to connect two negative statements of equal weight. Let's look at this example. I will neither watch the show nor read the book. Here, we are using these two conjunctions to connect these two statements. Neither watch the show nor read the book. And that is why these two are of equal weight, because we are joining two negative statements And moreover, we are talking about two phrases. Let's move further and talk about another correlative conjunctions, that is whether or. Now this particular pair connects two possible actions of a subject. How? Let's see in this example. I was not sure whether you would show up or not. So here we are talking about two possible actions of subject I, whether you would show up or not. So here you can easily understand that these two actions are being connected by the conjunctions whether or. If we talk about another correlative conjunction, not only but also. Now this is very important, as you need to understand that not only is used with but also to add emphasis when writing about two related things, and the emphasis is more on the second one. So you would say, I'm not only hungry but also tired. I hope now you have understood how we use the correlative conjunctions not only but also. If we talk about other correlative conjunctions like rather than, now this particular pair presents a subject's preference for one thing over another. Let's understand how. So I would rather have coffee than tea. It means the subject is preferring coffee than tea. So whenever we need to talk about subject's preference over one thing, then we need to use this correlative conjunction. Now let's talk about another correlative conjunction, that is such that. Now this particular pair connects two independent clauses in a way that applies a reason for an action. So how? Such is the pain of my headache that I cannot get out of bed. So here we are applying a reason, headache, for an action, cannot get out of bed. I hope now you have understood how to use these correlative conjunctions in your sentences. And here is the list of some commonly used correlative conjunctions. While reading these examples, you will notice that these correlative conjunctions don't just connect nouns, but they can also connect verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositional phrases, and even clauses. And in general, we don't use commas with correlative conjunctions. So, take a screenshot here and read all these examples carefully. Understand the usage of each correlative conjunction and use them in your day-to-day sentences. Now, let me give you some helpful tips and rules for properly using these parts of speech in your sentences. And here are a few rules to follow when using correlative conjunctions. The very first rule is always mind your subject verb agreement when using correlative conjunctions. Singular subjects must match singular verbs and plural subject must match plural verbs. And if you have multiple subjects, match the verb to the subject that is closest to the verb. For example, you would say, both the owner and his dogs run through the park, instead of saying both the owner and his dogs runs through the park. Because here we have two subjects, the owner and his dogs, and the closest subject is plural, dogs, and that is why we will pick plural verb in our sentence. Hence, this sentence is correct and this sentence is wrong. Let's take one more example to understand this. Not just my sister, but my friends were all there as well. Now here, as the closest subject is plural, so we will be picking plural verb. I hope now you have understood how important it is to be particular about subject-verb agreement while using correlative conjunctions. Let's move further and talk about the second rule, which says that Parallelism is important in grammatical structure for tracking the subjects of your sentences. Now, what does it mean? For example, look at these two sentences. My friend not only likes to hike but also is a fan of camping. My friend not only likes hiking but also camping. Now, in these two sentences, you will notice that in first sentence we have used to hike and camping, whereas in second sentence we are using hiking and camping. So in these two sentences, hiking and camping are parallel, whereas to hike and camping are not parallel with each other. So this sentence, the second one is correct and the first one is wrong. So always remember this rule of parallelism in your sentence structure. Now let's talk about the third rule, which says that only use a comma when your correlative conjunction separates two independent clauses, and avoid using it to separate the correlative conjunctions themselves. And this will be clear with these two examples. Neither you nor I should wear sari at the function. Neither you nor I should wear sari at the function. Now here, just notice the use of comma. Now this sentence is wrong. And in the second sentence, you will notice that both the subjects, you and I, are dependent on the same verb, that is wear. That is why we do not require a comma here. Next thing which we need to be careful about while using correlative conjunction is for double negatives. We already know that neither nor indicate a negative connotation. So be sure your main clause does not contain a negative verb phrase. For example, here in this sentence, can't already provides a negative impact. So the correct version of this sentence, I can't neither see it nor hear it. So this is wrong. The correct way of saying would be, I can neither see it nor hear it. Don't use double negatives. Watch out for double negatives while using correlative conjunctions. So this is how you can easily use correlative conjunctions correctly in your sentences. I hope you have understood the correlative conjunctions. So for more videos, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you so much.